God, I was snivelling so much. It doesn't help by the fact that I had a bit of a blocked nose. Hello, welcome to Hot Ones, or should I say, HOI ones. This is the interview with hot wings and even hotter devs. Today with me, I've got Jean, QA on Hearts of Iron. I'm your host, Bradley, game designer on Hearts of Iron, and today we've got some exceptionally hot sauces to down. How are you with spicy food?
I mean, here's the thing, right? You always think you're good with it, right? So I'd like to think that this is gonna go fine, but
Yeah, you got a nice mix of like French and Swedish, so I think you got like a good pedigree right there for like pepper. First one, the Hot Ones Classic. It's pretty tangy. It's pretty good.
that's nice. That's real nice.
What's your origin story? Where do you come from? How did you end up at Paradox?
I was studying for God knows how many years in uni. So I got a bachelor's degree in social anthropology. Great for game dev, right?
I mean, you understand people.
Yeah, and then I'll look at bugs all day. Didn't find anyone who would hire a social anthropologist.
There's not many social anthropology factories going on.
No, unfortunately not. Then I saw that there was like an application for a QA tester. Don't tell my boss this, but I didn't know like half what was written on that application, but like I said like, well, I'll just apply and we'll see what happens.
I mean, fake it till you make it, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, and you made it.
And I've been here for like a year and a half.
Okay, so next up,
Yeah.
Tropicante. Tell me about a day in the life of a QA.
You have a morning sick. We always have that in morning where we just talk what broke yesterday, what we're about to break, stuff like that. And then you just get into it. Usually we have what we call test plans, where it's like, do these things. Just go through it and see if something breaks.
How about community bugs?
I mean, we really appreciate you guys like sending stuff in and verifying that. The more we have in our database, the more we know of stuff, the better, right? It's like,
So you're always fixing those community bugs whenever you can, and they come to you and stuff like that.
yeah. Exactly.
This one's pretty nice. It's got a cat on it. Picorico. You feeling good so far?
I mean, this is number 3, right?
Yeah.
Like if this was number 7, I feel like the cat would be very disingenuous.
What's one of the most challenging things you've had to do as a QA?
I think the most hard thing is when you have like a random bug. Like it's something you have to figure out. Like, so we do this thing called repro, and that's everything, right? We need to figure out like, how does the bug happen? So usually you need to figure out like, how do you make that bug happen? So we can check afterwards, is it gone? And sometimes you have like really weird like repro steps. And it's like, I've seriously like restarted the game continuously non-stop for a week to find something. And it's like, that's just pain.
So it's almost like a mental challenge, not a.
Exactly.
It's not like you're having to be like technically looking at code as much, but also like you're having to like go through a long period of testing the same thing over and over and over again, even though you know already bug testing takes that technical understanding, but sometimes it's mental as much as.
Exactly. And I mean, it's that thing, right, where it's like, I've been doing this non-stop for 2 days, and you think you figured it out, and it's like, and then you tweak it a bit and it still happens, and you go like, well, here's another day of doing the same thing.
So, Los Calientes, barbacoa, nice little bit of Mexican spice in there, mixing it up from the fruity tangs. You still feel confident?
Oh yeah. No, so far so good.
I haven't asked you yet. Wings or drums? So we've had three drums and now a wing.
I mean, I'm gonna go with the drums just for simplicity's sake.
What makes a good QA? You work with lots of good QAs.
I work with lots of good QAs. 2 things, thoroughness and curiosity, right? How do you figure out every part of a game? Because that's what we're supposed to test, right? And like figuring out different ways of doing things and just being like, heck, if I do this, what happens then? So I think like that's part of like creativity, curiosity type of thing, where you just go like, can I take this further? And then thoroughness, like check everything. I mean, like
No stone unturned.
no stone unturned, just go for it.
Szechuan gold.
This is like a pure oil type.
Yeah, it's like a chili oil.
Yeah. No, I'm a big fan of like Szechuan food. Actually been once, so could have taken the easy road out and not bit off the side that was towards the plate where all the oil accumulated.
We're reaching the first kind of peak of flavour. Yeah, always good. Make sure you hands away from face.
That's true, yeah.
You said in your origin story, you're fairly unknown to the games industry as a piece of work before you came here. You didn't study anything to do with games.
Yeah.
What surprised you the most once you actually got in here? What was a thing that you didn't realize or think that the game industry would have or be like?
As I said, like this is my first job in the games industry, right? So like what I think the games industry is Paradox, right? So this might be more on a studio level, but or studio company level, right? I think it's like the openness we have here of like taking in different like perspectives and taking in perspectives from people who have different disciplines. Because I mean, like, okay, let's be frank, right? The things you hear about QA in the games industry usually isn't that like uplifting. But I feel like coming into Paradox and the games industry, like, we're super appreciated, and that's really like, that is what makes my day, right? It's like your input is valued.
So, Lengua de Fuego, nice one from Honduras. Tongue of Fire. How's your tongue doing?
Oh, it's doing fine, actually. This is going great.
Maybe that's a false sense of security.
No, it absolutely is. It's like, I say it now.
Obviously, with World War II as a theme for Hearts of Iron, you get to learn a lot about it. You're immersed in it every day of your work. So what's your favorite bit of history or trivia that you've gained since you started working on Hearts of Iron?
I learned a lot of things about Switzerland, I think. It's like this whole spy thing that was going around in Switzerland. Because I mean, like, personally, when I play HOI, I like to play smaller nations that I don't know that much about. So for example, like, I enjoyed a lot about Ethiopia, for example, playing Ethiopia, because like, it's usually a subject treated as like, well, it happened, it was over quickly. But I think like learning a bunch about what was happening in Switzerland during the war, I know that's a cop-out also, because I'm not talking about the war, or they weren't in the war, but yeah.
I mean, it's World War II history, right?
Exactly.
It's from the period. They were involved in a small way.
Yeah.
It's still a story.
Yeah.
Every country's got a story to tell at every point. It doesn't matter. Honduras, even the hot sauce we had a war in there with one of their neighbours, I believe, in the war.
Oh, really?
So that's a bit of trivia that I know.
Exactly.
I may be wrong. It's definitely one of those really small countries in Central America. They had a small war, but like it gets like hidden underneath all of the
Exactly.
all of the big
rest.
stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Cosmic Disco, 4 to go. You feeling confident still?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, this is going great.
This is when it starts ramping up again.
Yeah.
We've been in the calm for a little bit.
It's always funny that like you're waiting for it and it comes slowly. Yeah, this one came slowly, but it's increasing in intensity.
Some of them creep.
Oh god, yeah.
Some of them creep. Getting a little bit back to games.
Yeah.
What are you playing right now? And what's your history with gaming?
I mean, I've been playing since since the Windows 95 days, right? So
Quite a while.
Yeah. And like most of the games I've been playing is like strategy games. Huge like city builder nerd when like really small. So doing like the historical ones, Caesar, Emperor Rise of the Middle Kingdom.
So, Pharaohs, maybe?
Actually never. Like
You never
huge,
played Pharaohs?
no. Like huge like ancient Egypt like buff. But I never played Pharaoh, which is weird. I don't know how that happened. But what I'm playing right now is Actually, Vicky 3. No. Like Vicky 3, yeah, no, it's starting slowly.
Hit
No,
the water if you need it.
we're good,
Okay.
we're good. No, because like I'm a huge Vicky 2 nerd. But I tend to easily get fixated on one thing. I think this is just QA trait, but like you get fixated on one country and then you just like replay it and try to effectivize, do it better.
So
next
you're
time.
like an efficient style gamer. You want to like,
Yeah,
you pick a country, you learn how to master it, and then you.
exactly. Min-max
Dominate
to
it.
min-max to the maximum.
I guess that's a very QA.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, how can I break this? It's like, how can I exploit and break this?
The bomb,
Yes.
the notorious one, described as tasting like battery acid. Still going right in for it. I'm not gonna let it beat you.
No, it's more of like I'm thinking, the longer I'm chewing it, like the longer I'm eating it, the worse it's going to get. Like I realize that I'm unconsciously starting to eat this faster. It's like, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be fine.
You just get it through. 2 more to go.
Yeah.
That's all we have to do. And then you can go take whatever meditative process you need to
Exactly.
get through this. Harking back a bit to now, you've worked in the games industry. We now know you've got a history of games. How has your view of the way communities interact with games, like Reddit and YouTube comments, Steam, all of that, how do you feel that has changed since you've kind of got this inside understanding of like the way we work?
I think a lot of that is understanding that devs listen more to community than you often think. It's like, I mean, this depends on the game, right? On the game community, but sorry, feeling it. But it's very much that thing of like, even if you don't have devs that are super out there and like having conversations with people actively, you start to realize that they see it. Like if you make a post on Reddit or a Steam review or something like that, they will see it. I have a Kickstarter, not like Kickstarter actually, but like a project I'm looking very much into, like an indie project, and the guy is, because it's one guy, is like kind of getting pushed to release because people are hyped about it, and that makes sense. Like totally, I get that. I mean, I want him to release, but it's like that thing of like, now you understand what the pressure is on the person, right? It's not just
You understand the technical
process.
Yeah. God, I'm sniveling so much. It doesn't help by the fact that I had a bit of a blocked nose. Second from last, Unique Garlic. I believe it's named like that so that they don't get sued by Big Garlic.
The fear when you're eating these, I mean, like you're just waiting for this. Palpable.
Really bringing the tension of Hearts of Iron to your mouth.
Exactly.
I have a picture for you. Please explain this photograph of yours.
First of all, you're holding it upside down.
Oh, sorry. Why is there a macaroon flying through glass?
So this is an expression of the futility of modern consumers. No, actually, I do some stuff in Blender, and I was following a tutorial. Like this is classic thing, right? You're like trying to learn Blender. You find a tutorial, and I found a tutorial with a bullet flying through a window. I thought, hey, that's been done before. That's boring. Let's find the most like inoffensively little small meek thing that could fly through a window. And I don't like macarons.
So now we've established some of your interest in photography. Where does it come from? What do you like doing? You know, what do you do now with photography as a hobbyist?
Like actually similar to, or I should put it like this, it comes from my parents. Like my parents always took pictures and were super big into photography this was film camera. Yes, I'm that old. And basically like I grew up around them, going around taking pictures while we were traveling and stuff like that. Bored out of my mind because 5-year-old Sean doesn't want to look at some pretty big building that mom and pop thinks is nice to take pictures of. He wants to go to the Lego store or something else.
Do you have like a favorite thing or a place that you're like really proud of?
I think like my favorite photo is actually of taken out of an airplane window, flying from Nice with my father. So I'm French on my mother's side, but my father and I went to Nice for a week, just the two of us. And flying back, we flew over Switzerland, and we took a picture. And I took a picture of Matterhorn out of the window. So I have and like it cleaned up great in editing. So
even when you're on your downtime, you still got that photo mind going on, and you see like a spot, and you're like, I gotta take this now. We're on to the last sauce. It's Hot Ones Apollo, made with Pepper X, over 3 million Scoville, the hottest hot sauce in the world. It's time to do it. It's the last dab. Let's get it done.
Yeah.
How are you feeling?
I'm actually feeling pretty good, actually.
Yeah? How are you feeling about this one?
I'm a bit scared. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Like,
a little bit hotter than your average chili in Sweden.
Yeah. I mean, we don't do spicy.
Yeah. Oh. We're going for a brave double drop.
Yeah. Okay, that's a small one. Can
So
get your cap as well.
We'll pour to meet you. So,
all right.
The last one. We're gonna touch wings.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers. It's a slow burner. When it's come in.
I'm expecting my evening to be destroyed now.
You've gone through the 10 wings. You've answered all the questions.
Yeah.
You've mastered QA at HOI. And now it's on to you. There's a camera there. There's a camera there. 30 seconds. All yours.
Hey kids, if I can do it, you can do it. Always remember, there's someone in the world that can't do it the same way that you can. Also, the people that are seeing you don't know what you can actually do, so you can actually fake it till you make it. Seriously kids, I'm here. I have no idea how I got there, but it could work for you as well.
You've come into Hot Ones or HOIT Ones. We'll see you next time. Whew. That one wasn't actually as bad.
No, I can't expect it to be worse.
Yeah.